but also an under-hour pre-show.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 261 of The Brink of Sanity. I am Jay. With me is Bry.
Hi.
And Mark.
Hey!
I switched the order up. I threw you guys all for a loop.
Yeah, you
Right,
definitely did.
When Jay introduced you, it's like kind of an awkward, like not just you or me. Like he's like, it's Mark. We're like, hi. Like it just feels awkward. Like you have to say something, but it's not like we have something amazingly witty to say, and you don't want to be overly enthusiastic. Like, hey guys. So you're like, hey.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you think we should all just have catchphrases like Hanna-Barbera cartoons?
And you're talking to nobody too, because it's just there's no audience for, like, if you're in a room and Jay's like, say hello to Bry, and then like I wave.
Right. Yeah, no.
We should only do gestures on the show.
That happened once. I had a girl on and she was so nervous. I introduced her and she like waved, and I'm like, that's not how this audio podcast works.
Smile for the radio show.
So, yeah, we were talking off the air about how 2 out of 3 of us don't even listen to podcasts, and then we wondered why our podcast isn't more popular.
I was saying that
I'm a huge hypocrite. I'm sorry.
Well, I was saying before the show, someone was talking to someone recently about podcasts. They were saying, and they were big into podcasts. And they were saying how they feel like most people they talk to do not listen to podcasts. So there aren't that many people they can talk to about, like, hey, if you listen to this podcast, if you listen to this podcast. And so and I feel like there's a big audience of people that don't listen, and the entire community of people listening will grow. And then Jay and Bry both admitted they don't listen to podcasts, even though Bry is on a podcast and Jay has 2 podcasts. I counted on my phone. I just counted. I have 20 podcasts that I've been downloading from and listening to from on occasion. I guess we are different as far as podcasts. I actually kind of like them.
I like them. I used to listen to more, but the ones I liked, I felt like got bad, and then I just didn't replace them.
I have a bunch here. I have like this one called Crime Town, which is about Providence, Rhode Island, which apparently is a big mafia town. And it's going over that I have some ESPN radio shows that are in podcast form. Han and Humpty, the Dave Rothenberg Show. I have This American Life.
See, that's the thing. Like, I do serious stuff all day, and then I go home and I study for the CPA. So like, I don't want to listen to like more serious stuff.
Well, it's only commute. I only do it when I'm doing it when I'm commuting, or if I'm like in the bathroom, like brushing my teeth and getting ready for bed, I'll play something instead of having no noise.
Right, but if I'm doing something for entertainment, like I want it to be like fun or weird or like I don't want to hear about like crime in Detroit. The Brink of
Sanity while you do stuff.
Well, like I don't want to hear about crime in Detroit, like in my little bit of free time.
Providence, Rhode Island, but yeah, I enjoy that. Like it's just like things I enjoy in my time that you do not enjoy apparently.
Yeah, I only listen to Rob's X-Men podcast. That's it.
I bet there are comedy. What do you, Bry, when you're brushing your teeth? Do you have any background noise? Do you want me to come to your bathroom and sing to you while you?
How long is your toothbrushing process?
Yeah, really.
I know. I floss. I brush. I
mean, for a guy
gargle.
that doesn't even wash his hands, you sure have an extensive toothbrushing.
Well, hey, I mean, I think I might need a root canal. So apparently, I'm not brushing enough.
Is that for real?
That's for real.
Maybe it's because your filthy hands go in your mouth too often.
That might be. How do you know my hands are going to my mouth? I'm not like hanging out with you, like sucking on my hands.
I am watching you on cam right now. You touched your mouth about 4 times already.
I'm blowing my hands. I had a cavity in a bad place in the back of my tooth, and the dentist was like working it for like 40 minutes the other night, and he said like we were slightly off the nerve. If you have a dull pain, then we're gonna have to do a root canal, but you should be fine. And since that happened, I've had a dull pain for the last like 4 or 5 days. So I'm thinking I might need a root canal.
You should try.
To me, what?
Try Sensodyne toothpaste first.
I think it's beyond. I actually already use sensitive toothpaste. This is like I had freaking 4 cavities, which apparently I just don't know how to. I haven't had cavities in years. Now I have 4, and 2 of them have been sensitive since I had him done. And he said they were kind of deep, and they're just gonna be sensitive for a little while. But this one, he said, like, you're right near the nerve. See how it goes. It should get better, but if it doesn't, you're gonna need a root canal. Which just sounds, just from, I don't know, everything I've heard about root canal just makes it sound awesome. So I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. I got a root canal.
Maybe I'll be Robo Mark after the root canal.
I got a root canal when I didn't have any insurance, which was a lot of fun.
How much was that?
$1,400.
Holy shit.
When I was living paycheck by paycheck. So I talked the dentist into paying half.
Job?
Paying half up front, and then I moved to a different state. True story.
Mm-hmm. For years, I did not have dental insurance. And I don't
have it right now.
And I only recently got it. Like recently, I was added to my wife's. The wife has it at work, and like she did the family plan, so she could add me for not that much money. But I didn't have it for years, and I would pay like cash for everything. And the guy actually would give me like decent rates on stuff. And then the last 2 years I went there, every time I went there, they'd be like, "Oh, the billing person's not here. We'll send you the bill." Or the billing person's not here. And the last 2 years, they just haven't billed me for anything. And then I just changed dentists and moved.
Nice.
The same idea.
Yeah, there you go.
So at work, I just thought this was funny today. So someone used to work for us used to buy like pills from India, and she did it on the work line. And so now we get like phone calls from like Indian pharmaceutical service like companies trying to sell us like drugs basically. And so you have this guy talking like very thick Indian accent. Says to me, I pick up the phone. He goes, "I think you bought Cialis. How is it working for you?" I thought it was an interesting way to ask that question.
Is that the boner pills?
Yeah. How's it working for you? Oh, you should see my heart on.
You should have just got. Yeah, I guess you're at work. You couldn't do that, but that would have been fun. Have some fun with that.
Oh, I kind of want to. After I hung up, I was like, I should get his phone number and like call him back on the show.
Yeah.
He was hard to understand, also, but I was just like, did he really? I'm like, someone wrote the script for him, and the person who wrote the script is a moron. What's new with you?
Well, we Brian and I are still doing our Trump Twitter thing. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, and yesterday somebody got annoyed at one of the tweets. And,
oh really?
Yeah. So I looked at his profile, and it said, "Don't add me to any lists." So I made a list called deplorables and only added him to it. just to piss him off.
You should add him to a list every day.
Yeah.
What tweet did he get mad about?
It was something about CNN. So Trump was saying,
how many followers are you guys up to yet?
"Oh, hardly any. It's not going well. We're 26 or something." I
When
mean,
you say you have a Twitter following, is it just you and Brian basically emailing each other back and forth?
I mean, Brian and I are having a lot of fun with it, so I don't really care.
I don't know who any of the followers are. 26 followers.
That's not bad.
I mean, it's more just like I think it's hilarious, and I think
yeah.
Brian does too.
What's the hilarious ones of the week?
I don't have it open right now. Do you have it, Brian?
Yeah, I opened it. Hang on one second.
Jay, you brought up a topic and didn't have it opened?
No, because I just posted the link to the live chat in the Brink Twitter.
Jay, it's called being prepared. You're never going to be a professional podcaster if you can't be prepared.
Brink
Let's
of
see.
Brink of Sanity 3.
When was the last time you read them on the air? I don't want to repeat any of them.
Like 2 weeks.
All right, let's see.
Last time you were on.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We've got Trump first. I'm the first president to have an attraction of my own daughter. Just tried watching Saturday Night Live for the 15th week in a row. Unwatchable. The Baldwin impersonation is perfect. It makes me sad. The U.S. is going to substantially reduce taxes and regulations on businesses so that stupid people who weren't born rich can pay more in taxes. I sued the Green Party recount in Michigan because I know I lost and I refuse to give up my power. State Treasurer John Kennedy, parentheses, not the one Ted Cruz's father killed, end parentheses, is my choice for U.S. Senator from Louisiana. If I stopped being a thin-skinned, petulant child, I would have far less reason to tweet. Sadly, I don't know if that will ever happen. I have nothing to do with The Apprentice except for the fact that I conceived it with Marc B and have a big stake in it and am known for it.
Isn't that what he kind of said, actually? I mean, that was almost like actually the word.
Yeah,
for word.
he almost parodied himself. Like, I have nothing to do with it except, like, I have everything involved with it.
Reports by CNN that I'll be working on important issues during my presidency, even part-time, are ridiculous and untrue. Fake news.
That was the one the guy got mad about.
That was the one.
Yeah.
I will ruin this country so quickly and have so much free time afterwards that I will still be able to produce my crappy TV show. Hashtag Make America Great Again.
See, we've been busy.
Tune in for next week for a new episode of Bri Reads from Twitter.
All right, we can move on from that, but that's what Brian and I have been up to.
I take it by the fact that we went right into Brink stuff that the website is dead.
Oh yeah, the website. Oh yeah, we canceled the Donald Trump podcast is no more. The Donald Trump website is no more. We have canceled all this because it did not work out yet, Bri.
Oh.
Are you upset because you seem to be posting like a lot of articles on there?
Well, I lost interest right away because I kind of just got sick of everything. But now, like, it's started to heat up again, where I'm starting to get annoyed about it. But I know that'll just pass again too. So.
Well, you posted once, which was the same amount as 3 out of the 5 of the creators of the website.
The person who had the idea lost interest really fast. Jay and I, who didn't really want to write. Jay and I, who didn't really want to do a lot of articles on the website, end up being the only people writing on the website. Didn't end up working out too well. And it's also like we posted a bunch of stuff and we got literally no traction. So it seemed like it would take a lot of work for something we didn't care that much about.
It did not instantly explode. I mean, we gave up in like a week. It wasn't really like...
No, but here's the thing. Would you have given up in a week if you really enjoyed, like, the Brink of Sanity hasn't really exploded, but we haven't given up because we enjoy it.
Right. And as soon as I get money, I'm going to get the site back up.
As soon as you get your CPA, you're pass all 4 CPA exams, get a great job, big raise, Brink of Sanity site back up.
Pretty much.
Jay, all you need is a CPA, and you could probably be in Trump's cabinet. So,
how about this?
Maybe I'll have too much experience to be in Trump's cabinet with a CPA.
Now that we have some commercials on our Nick show, when the money goes, once you've been paid back, and once the money is like covering all the expenses, the money thereafter pays for the Brink website to come back.
Mm-hmm. I only need $100. I just don't have it right now.
No, I'm just saying, like, when we get the $100 from the Nick show, we can put it on here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll spill over. Our fortune we'll make from that show will be used here.
Mm-hmm.
The singular $100 we will make over the course of the entire show.
Yeah, we should take bets. What will happen first? I pass all 4 parts of the CPA, or we get $100 from the podcast network we just joined for the Knicks?
Definitely going to pass the CPA exam. We joined our Nick show. We joined a podcast. Not that anyone cares. We joined a network of podcasts, and it should be exciting for our Knicks podcast. Not relevant to those that don't listen to the Knicks podcast and are just Brink fans. Because some people are just Brink fans and don't even know we have a Knicks show.
Yeah, that's probably true. So
moving on, I was hoping I could take this portion of the show to do a rant against public libraries. Would that be a
Yeah, sure. I hate libraries.
I have a whole. I want to talk about the public library in my town and how goddamn annoyed I am at them.
Okay.
So I think it would be an okay topic for the show, following up our Valve Cap episode with a rant against the public library.
I'm very curious to see where this is going.
Yeah.
Well, first off, this is an argument my wife and I had relating to how cheap I am that has nothing to do with me even spending money. But
do you argue about anything else, or is it just all about how cheap you are?
It's a lot of it's about how cheap I am. The public library near us.
Wait. She's always arguing with you about how cheap you are. Did you tell her you spent $100 on a Trump website? That you got sick of 6 days later.
No, I did not tell her I gave you $100 for the Trump website.
I almost killed our kids because I was cheaping out on essentials for the house, but I spent $100 on a Trump website. I gave up on
Johnny
it. Johnny
cut
days.
corners.
I figured I owed you the money anyway. Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know why I gave you $100 for the Trump website. Anyway, fuck it. Anyhow, so our public library in our town, which I think is a nice public library, and we having kids. When you have young kids, at first you buy books, and you're like, oh, I got a book for my kid, and you realize the kids don't really keep an interest in the books, and you realize, hey, public library, you can get the books for free, right? So we ended up going to the public library like every week basically to get new books, and they get like DVD, movies, and they like going there. So there's a kids section, a whole big kids section in the library in our town, which is a very nice kids section.
I think we're all familiar with a library.
Oh, fuck you. Anyway, kids section of the library, they're doing renovations on the kids section. The kids section, to me, in my mind, was perfectly fine.
They putting in peepholes?
Glory holes.
I don't know. They are apparently modernizing the kids section, which means it's going to be under construction for the next year. So I said to my wife, I was like,
a year?
Hey,
what is it, like the MTA? A year?
You know, by the way, the Second Avenue subway is supposed to be done by the end of the at least the first part of it is supposed to be done by the end of the year.
Okay, well,
Have you heard that?
It only took them, what, 24 years?
24 years. It's like 100 years. But the first part's supposed to open like early next year.
This is going to be like 3 stops.
It goes from 59th Street to I think like 86th Street or 96th Street.
How about the library?
So it really is 3 stops. I wasn't even...
Yeah. No, you're right. So anyway, so they're redoing the library. I said to my wife, I was like, hey, you know what's a giant waste of money? Redoing the children's section here in this library. They close it for a year. What changes are you going to make to a kid's library that's going to make any goddamn difference? They have books they read. They have some computers here. How are you modernizing this? And she's like, well, you have to keep with the times. Like, people come to the town. They want to see a modern library. I'm like, who gives a shit about a modern library? You want just a place where they have books. You kids can come. They have some toys to play with. What the fuck are they doing? I went on and on about how much a waste of money it is. And she's like, this is because you're cheap. You just don't understand that, like, things have to be redone. It's like, at some point, we have to redo our house. I'm like, no, we don't. We don't have to redo our house for a long time.
I didn't know. I didn't know you were going. Okay, I totally misunderstood. I thought you were saying this rant to the librarian, like, who has nothing to do with the renovation.
God, no. I had an issue with the librarian. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But anyway, so we kind of thought about them doing. They're redoing. I have no say in them redoing the library. At the same time, if the library ever asks for donations, I'm going to remind them they wasted however much money on that children's section. That is, when it's done, it'll look absolutely no different than before.
Well, then the kids aren't going to know the difference anyway. They're not going to care.
How much the kids aren't going to have any more enjoyment out of the library. All they're going to be is robbed of the library experience for an entire year. Mm-hmm. Now they shoved the children's section into the media room, and it's all like tight in there, and it sucks for an entire year because you had to make like, oh, we need like better countertops here. Like, what could you do to a kid's library to make it modernize it? The entire library is going to be like a one big iPad.
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm just like, it makes me angry almost the fact that I love the public library. If they ever ask for donations, I might spit in their face. Anyway, so every week we go to the library, take out a bunch of books, and my kids take out like 3 or 4 books each, and they take out some movies, and they have I don't know how often you guys go to the library, but the library has like a little drop-off thing, a little slot you can drop off the books, and if you don't want to go inside when you want to return them. You seen that before?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been doing that for a while, and then I'd like get new books, and they'd be like, hey, you haven't returned this book. And I'm like, yeah, I have. I dropped it off. They're like, we don't have it. Well, I dropped it off. You didn't. Maybe you dropped it in the car or it's at home. I'm like, no, I returned it. I'm positive I put in that. We don't have it, sir, so you're going to have to pay for it. And this has happened like 3 or 4 times now. But four times we've had 4 books just disappear on us from dropping it. I think someone there may possibly be like taking books that get dropped off there and selling them online and screwing over the townsfolk who use the library.
That scam is going around. I've been hearing about it.
Yeah, see? It's like you can check Snopes. It's true.
That's what you get for being lazy and not going into the actual library.
So you get for being cheap and not buying books.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we bought so many books. Our kids have like all these books they'll never look at again. So I've been going to the library to drop off the books and I have to get a receipt because I don't want them to accuse me of stealing books. I want to be able to go like, oh, I didn't return this. Check out the receipt, asshole.
Buying kids' books is the biggest scam out there. Those things are like $12 and there's 20 words in the whole book.
Exactly. It's a complete waste of money. Totally, if you have kids, you should never buy a book. I almost want to, like, when people have kids and they're like, oh, I bought them a book. I'm like, hey, don't fuck with the environment. Go to the library, get them for free. Teach your kids some values, asshole. So anyway, there were 2 books that were missing And the books, so a lot of the books are like they're pretty cheap. They're like, hey, you lost a book, and it's like $4 to replace. But two of the books, they were like this. One was a Biscuit the Dog book, which was like $12, and one Amelia Bedelia book was $17. And I was like, that's a lot of fucking money to pay for a book I returned. And they're like, sir, you didn't return them. We don't have them. We've checked our shelves. If we don't have them on our shelves, you must have been the one. And I'm like, ma'am, I think someone's stealing from your library. And they're like, no one's stealing. We haven't heard. No one else is reporting this. I'm like, well, So I talked to someone else at the library, and they're like, listen, you don't have to pay for like that. You can just go on Amazon, buy like a used version of it, just in good condition, and just give that back to them. So like you can go on. So I went on Amazon, paid $4 a piece for these books, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go return them. So the first one, I get the Biscuit the Dog book, bring it back. The woman flips through it and goes, oh, this looks new. Okay, this is fine. And I was like, she said new. The other woman seemed to say I can give like a used book and it'd be fine. Whatever. I get the Amelia Bedelia book in the mail. Comes yesterday. I bring it to the library. The book is almost new, almost perfect condition. The woman flips through and goes, I see a little dirt here. This is not new, is it? I was like, it's almost new. She's like, we can only accept new books. And I said, well, I talked to the other librarian. She's like, nope, no librarian would tell you that. This is the policy. You need a new book. I'm like, well, when I took it out, it was fairly used. What's the goddamn difference?
Yeah, isn't it an upgrade from like what you took out?
You
Yeah.
should have put the book on the floor and just pissed on it right in front of her. That's what I would have done.
I kind of wanted to. I was like, it is virtually new. There's no smudge. You could read every page. There's some smudges on the first page. That's really it. This is like, she's like, my supervisor would never accept this. Our policy is if you lose a book, you got to keep giving a new one. And I'm like, well, fine, whatever. She's like, I'll ask my supervisor just to make sure, and I'll call you tomorrow. So she calls me today, and she's like, I asked my supervisor, we cannot accept a not used book, but I'll leave it here, and you can pick it up when you want. You can have it back. And I was like, well, you know what? You can just keep the book. And she's like, well, we can't really keep it. I can put it in the donation book here, bin here. I was like, you won't take the pretty much new book. I'm just saying you can keep it for free. You won't put it on the shelves. She's like, we can't do that. You can't put a not perfectly new book on the shelves. Every book in your library looks like it's been used 1,000 times, and this book you can't put that on the library
That's
shelf.
the one exception.
This is the one goddamn exception. I was like, why do you even have a donation book? Your donation book should be all books just put on the shelves. What the hell do you even give a shit? I'm like, I'll go. I said, I'll buy the new book. I'll pay you the $17. Why don't you just have 2 copies of Amelia Bedelia instead of having one goddamn copy? Nope, sir. I mean, we could put it in. I'm like, fine. I will pick it up and I will throw it out myself as opposed to letting you put it in a donation book bin.
Andrew has a theory on the missing books.
What's the theory?
Maybe the ghost that your nanny has sex with steals the library books.
That could be. That seems more plausible than them not wanting a almost new book to put on the shelves.
It's so ridiculous. Some of these policies are just. It makes everything more difficult for no reason.
I mean, I can't even understand an almost new book like not being acceptable. But if you want to have that policy, how would you just not take this other book and put it on the shelf too? You can't have an extra copy of a book?
Right. I mean, what if the new live action Amelia Bedelia comes out next year and there's a rush for these books?
Yeah. And you're right. And most of the books you take out, like a lot of the kids' books especially, they're in horrible shape. I am giving them a service by like, I bet I returned it. It was in bad shape. And they're like, oh, we can get a new book. I know how. Let's just toss it in the garbage. The library, they're scamming me, those son of a bitches.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's my story of why and we're gonna go back to the public library because my kids love the public library. But and I like the fact that everything's free there. But I've been paying a lot of money for their free books. I think I've thrown. I mean, yeah.
This is like a cheap person's worst nightmare.
It really is. Oh my god! And I even also they take out DVDs, and most of the DVDs are 7-day DVDs. But my kids took out like a 3-day DVD because it was a newer DVD, and we returned it on the 7-day cycle, and I had to pay like $6 or $7 in fines.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, no, it is like for a for a person that likes value like myself, this is not going well.
I rented a movie the other day. It was $6.
That's a lot of money to rent a movie.
They still
seems
rent
like a lot.
movies?
Well, it was like on demand. So like you
Okay.
get a 2-day rental and you don't have to leave your house. But like I feel like $6 is kind of a lot.
What'd you rent?
Don't Breathe.
What the hell was that?
It's like three teens try and rob the house of a blind guy, and it doesn't go so well. I don't really want to.
I guess I would be really surprised if you said, and it goes well.
It was really good, actually. It was.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a movie, I guess, if it went well.
It was one of those rare movies where it pretty much jumps right into it, like 10 minutes into the movie. Usually, a movie like that, they like dick around for 45 minutes, and you know.
Was it $6 because nobody's ever heard of that movie, or?
No, it was a pretty big movie over the summer. It was
was
like it was like the thriller over the summer.
Who was in it?
Nobody famous, which I also like.
You know what? You could actually, according to Amazon.com, you could have rented it for $5, not $6, if you wanted to rent it in standard definition as opposed to high definition.
Who wants to do that?
If you watch a movie in standard definition versus high definition, can you tell the difference?
Absolutely.
No, come on.
I
Absolutely.
think now you can.
Absolutely.
If it's like sports, I can tell. Movies, I've tried that. Like I tried renting them in HD. It doesn't make a difference. I can't tell the difference between
This
HD
is just an
standard definition.
excuse to save $1 when you rent the movie.
Yeah.
Everything's an excuse to save $1. But I
Jeez.
am right about this. Andrew, you're in the whoever's in the chat room. Can you tell the difference? You guys just want to tell. You guys want to just say I'm wrong here, but I think I'm right.
No, you're definitely wrong on this one.
I am telling you, if you're watching it on HD TV, any movie, standard definition versus HD, you cannot tell the difference when you rent the movies.
Maybe
Right.
if it's an old movie that was never out in HD.
Or a movie that was out like yesterday.
No, I'm pretty sure you could tell.
Yeah, you could definitely tell.
Next time the three of us meet up, we will put them on side by side, and I bet you do not know the difference.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Watch an SD movie with you guys.
Are you the type of guy that can listen to a crappy MP3 and then like a lossless quality MP3 and not be able to tell the difference?
Me?
Mark.
The hell are you talking about, Jack?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Are you the kind of person that'll understand what I'm talking about?
That's good. We're entertaining Andrew so much he zoned out and didn't hear what we were saying. Andrew, can you tell the difference between an SD and an HD movie? And second question, do you know what a lossless quality audio file is? Because apparently I'm talking over everybody's head here.
I mean, I kind of know what you mean, but and no, I can't tell the difference. Like, I'm not one of those those audiophiles who like it has to be absolutely perfect sound, or else I'm not going to enjoy the best of Boy George.
The vinyl people.
Yeah, I had a roommate who was had got these really expensive speakers, and he was really into like the perfect setup, and I kind of just was like, oh wow, this is really cool, just because I didn't care enough to like say otherwise. Like it sounded fine to me, but like it doesn't sound anything amazing. Jay, so you think the lossless MP3s are so much better?
Yeah, like when I have my iTunes on random, I can tell when it goes from like a lossless to like a regular MP3, I can tell, and I make a note to like replace the file later.
Dear to-do list.
Yes.
Replace
That's why I changed
Jeremy
this in a
by
podcast.
Pearl
He's doing all that.
You got a lot to do on your calendar. Oh, Jay, hang on. Can we cut to Jay at work? Jay, this weekend I'm taking the kids to the mountains. What are you doing this weekend, Jay?
I'm going to be going through my 17,000 MP3s and be making a naughty and nice list of.
I'd still rather do that than have kids. So.
So Andrew is no longer my favorite listener because he said there's no difference in SD to HD, and he has no idea what I'm talking about as far as lossless quality. MP3s.
Yes. No one can tell these things. Like, you're insane.
I can tell.
I'm going to make sure my entire MP3 collection is perfect. That's what I'm going to do this weekend.
What I cannot tell is HD to Blu-ray.
HD to Blu-ray is pretty hard to tell also. That's why Blu-ray
Are they the same?
They're not. That's why Blu-ray. I seen Blu-ray, and it is different, but that's why I never caught on because there's not much of a jump.
Right. Like VHS to DVD was a big jump, but DVD to Blu-ray is like not much.
Well, it's like analog to HD was a huge jump, and that's why everyone did it. But HD to like the new 4K, it's not that much better.
We're at the point, same thing with the cameras, where it's like 12 megapixels or whatever. And I think I read somewhere like anything above like 4, you can't tell unless you like blow it up. So you'd have to like have a wall-size picture to be able to tell the difference between like a 4 and like a 12 megapixel picture.
Like, I remember the first time I saw HD TV, I was like, wow, this would be awesome to have. And like, but 4K, like my cousin has like this amazing 4K TV, but I'm watching it, I'm like, kind of looks better. I mean, it looks cool, but I'm like, not enough that I'm like, oh, I'd really care about getting it.
Yeah.
Like, are you rushing out to get a 4K TV?
Absolutely not.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
What's a 4K TV? I don't even know what that is.
It's the next level of HD. It does look better, but it's not like it looks good, but like it's not like that much better that you're like it's not the same jump basically. Oh.
I've never watched like a new DVD and said, "Oh, I wish this looked crisper." Like I don't need to. My friend showed me some ridiculous setup, and it's like, "Oh, cool! I could see like the moles on this guy's head." Like I don't need that. I don't care. I don't need to see like the pores in the guy's nose.
Yeah.
It doesn't enhance the movie for me, really.
It's you would think as a aspiring video editor, it would matter to you.
I feel like it makes it even harder to. I don't know.
Yeah, I sometimes people will say like HD is a lot better than standard definition movies, and I don't understand that either.
Well, no, when you get to that point, it's like you're seeing the movie in better quality than like you would see it like if you were there in real life. So like it I don't know, it kind of takes me out of the movie sometimes.
The 3D thing also obviously did not catch on at home.
No,
so
that
3D
died
was
a quick death.
Yeah, no, my cousin also has like this. He actually set up this movie theater in his house. It actually is really cool with 3D, and it's pretty damn cool. But again, it's not like you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. I'd love to come over and watch some movies here, but I don't know if I need it in my house.
3D
My
TV.
dad's got a 3D TV. We watched it like 3 days. When he got it, we watched it for like 3 days, and that was it. I don't even know what he did with the glasses anymore.
That's everyone who had a 3D TV. It's like
Because after like 20 minutes, it gives you a headache.
Exactly.
Well, also, you're like, oh, I guess I don't really need to watch things in 3D. Like it's cool like it's like with that movie Avatar. Everyone wanted to see it. And they're like, wow, this is kind of cool. But you don't need to see every movie in 3D. It's not that big of a deal.
Right. Even the movies, they hardly promote that anymore.
Yeah.
So here's a question, changing topics. You guys are both, what are you? Jay, you're 38. Bri, you're around the same.
Jay's a week older than me.
Wow. Do you guys celebrate your birthdays together, like midweek?
No.
Okay. You come pretty far in life. Both
yeah.
you, I'm assuming you guys have been having sex for a while now in life. At least
separately.
For a week or two.
Separately. With each other or
with each other.
We're not platonic. So.
Yeah. So just at this point in life, do you feel comfortable going into the pharmacy or CVS or Dwayne Reed and buying condoms?
Not really.
Yeah.
You can buy them online.
Yeah, I went to buy them the other day, and like I'm like every time I buy them, I guess I should just buy them online. Every time I buy them, like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm buying like it's totally normal, and yet I'm like, please don't let the cash register woman say anything to me, and I have to buy something else with it. I can't buy it alone.
I was just about to say
it is like a completely backwards like you should be like, yeah, I'm getting fucking laid later. That's why I'm buying these. But instead, it's like, yeah, I gotta buy these fucking things. Like,
yeah,
it's like weird reverse psychology.
It's also, and either you're like, I'm getting laid, or it should be like, oh, I'm doing the responsible thing and not spread and not getting anyone pregnant. Like I'm doing something very responsible. People should be like, good job, sir. You're buying condoms. Way to go. Have you guys seen what this guy's doing? He is a national hero.
It's not like condoms should be free, but.
Yeah. I mean, that probably would be a good idea.
Another conversation for another day.
But I can't believe I'm this old and it's still like, and I guess I should buy them online because you're probably right. I feel awkward doing it. When I even in the section of like you're in Dwayne Reed, they have the section of condoms, and you're like, oh, what do I want? Lube. I'm like, I don't know. I just want to grab one. Like I'm gonna sit here reading the packages, being like, oh, this one does this. This one does.
I walk past it 3 or 4 times slowly, trying to like read the labels of which ones I want, so I could do a drive-by and grab the box. And then I add like 4 different things. I'm grabbing like Pringles and whatever, just to like bury it, so I could drop it all on the counter.
You pay a little more. Well, Mark, you're not gonna like this. You pay a little more. You go to the grocery store and you go to the self-checkout.
Why is that a little more?
Yeah, why is it a little more?
Well, they're probably a little more expensive at the grocery store than they are at like CVS or.
I don't think my grocery store has condoms.
Sir, do you next to the baby food, where's the condoms, sir?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
They do, Jay. It's over there somewhere.
Really?
I don't know if my supermarket. I don't know where you shop at.
I don't think I've ever seen condoms at a supermarket.
My Stop and Shop, they have them all over the place. Well, not all over the place. I mean, everyone I've ever been in, I've seen them there.
So the other question is, I have kids. Most of my time when I'm free at home is with kids. Is it weird if I take my son to buy condoms? Not that I'm buying for him, but like I take him to like to the supermarket and buy them. Like
have him buy them.
Yeah. Is it weird if I
give him a $5 and say, go in and get this?
Is it weird I walk into the counter and I'm like, here's a condom. Son, this is my son. Like, is someone gonna get in trouble? Like, how dare you buy your condoms with your son in there? Don't show him responsibility.
Listen, I bring my son with me so I know to buy him, so I don't end up with another one of these little buggers.
I bet it would probably be easier with your son.
I don't know. I chickened out. I just bought him before work. So I took condoms to work with me instead.
Yeah, that seems much better.
Yeah. Sir, can we randomly here do check your bag at work? Why are you doing it today? We're just randomly checking your bag at work. God damn it!
Did you have to bring it?
We got a tip. Somebody spotted you at Dwayne Reed.
Did you have to bring it to the gym too?
I might have brought it to the gym. I can't remember if I worked out that day. I might have brought it to the gym with me also, which is, I guess I probably got condoms, went to the gym, took off my clothes, and got naked with men. Nothing weird there at all.
So if anything happened, you were prepared.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You always want to be like, but it is weird how
Dear Penthouse Forum.
Dear Penthouse Forum, the worst thing happened to me today. Or best thing if it's a what's the male version of it? Like play guy? Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about the fact how awkward it is to buy condoms, and you're like, what point, like if you're a 74-year-old man, like you go in to buy condoms, like is it like at that point is it no longer awkward because you're like, yeah, I still throw down.
At 74, you can do whatever the hell you want.
You're like, yeah. I'm buying condoms.
At 74, they probably think you're just buying for some kid outside.
You're at 74. You're like, at 74, you're like, hey, I'm gonna try these on here. But they also have they have 30 different varieties, and you get there, like I just need one variety. You don't only have to sell like how. Are you sitting there like comparing varieties? I just buy whatever I've used before and just call it a day.
Yeah, I mean,
walk me through your customer experience. Hi, welcome to Dwayne Reed. I will be your personal shopping assistant. What are you getting today, Jay?
Yeah, this isn't going to work out.
Why not, Jay?
I'm a really quick walker, and you're not going to be able to keep up with me.
Oh my God, you're so fast! You're going 100 miles per hour. Bri, I can help you. Bri, what are you getting here today at Dwayne Reed? Tell me.
I'm just here for a candy bar. I bought my condoms online. I bought the variety pack.
Which of the variety pack do you like best?
I don't know. I haven't used them. They're still in the plastic seal.
That's what I do. I get a box, I use one, and then it expires, and then I have to get another.
Yeah,
box.
Actually, I was just thinking I have a whole thing full of condoms that have all expired that I never threw away. They expired like in 2014.
How long do they expire? How long do they last for?
I think a couple of years, probably.
Okay, I think I've never checked to see expiration date on them.
And this is coming from a guy with 2 kids.
I realized there was an expiration date on them.
The guy with 2 kids didn't know what condoms expired.
That's weird. I use the condom every time, yet I have 2 kids.
We were talking about the Trump website that is no more. We never updated the about section in it, so it had the
no,
it had the template for the about section in there with pictures of random people. So Strong Legacy said he's assuming that I was in the middle. Basically, the pictures was a white woman, a white guy, and a black guy. So he said, I'm assuming Jay's in the middle. Not surprising that Mark's really a woman, but it's really ironic that Bri is black. And now the site's gone. You guys want to do some questions?
Sure. Did you do that list I asked you or no? The things that drive you crazy, or is that for next episode? We can do that next episode.
I completely forgot about it.
That's okay. Let's do it. We do next episode.
Okay.
So next episode, Bri, if you're on with us, we're going to do a top 5 small, really, really small things that drive you insane.
Small things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like little things that don't really matter that drive you crazy.
Right. Okay.
We have emails.
Preview cliffhanger for next episode.
Email thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Stu writes, hey fellas, let it be known that Mark should hereby forfeit any general comment or opinion he might have about any TV series he has supposedly seen. Mark, you have no business. I think you mentioned that Curb Your Enthusiasm is overrated and that Westworld is slow-paced and boring. I saw some similar theories on a wall recently, written in shit.
So a lot of people have told me Westworld is really good. I am now 4 episodes into it, and I'm willing to make it through the whole show, but it is boring as shit so far. Nothing really happens. You're watching some robots. When does it get interesting?
I have not watched it.
Jay, have you watched this?
No.
And I've heard, multiple people have said it gets really good, and the last episode's crazy. And I'm wondering what in God's name will happen, because so far it's been so far the show, and can I tell you a little bit without ruining much for you?
A real little bit, because
I doubt I'll ever watch it.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah. It's just basically, you know what the premise of it. There's a book about it, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay. The general premise is
Didn't we argue about this last episode?
Yes, we argued about there being a book versus not a book, or anyway. So it's a theme park where there are all these robots that do all these things, and the robots are starting to become alive. That's the but that kind of happens right away. And right now, I spent the first 4 episodes being okay, they're gaining consciousness. Could you just move on with this already and have something interesting happen? That's kind of so far, but it's supposed to get good. I don't know when it does. But and Curb Your Enthusiasm, I have to make that one of my next shows. I'll watch that on the train. I've watched maybe 4 or 5 episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have not been impressed.
I have to say the first 2 seasons weren't very good. It really doesn't
That's where I watched them, the first 2 seasons. So
yeah.
You think it gets a lot better?
Yeah, that happened to me. I watched a couple episodes in the first 2 seasons, didn't really like it, and then I didn't watch for a few years, and then I randomly caught an episode near the end of the 3rd season and thought it was hilarious, and then I started over.
I know we've talked about this. Should I just jump on to season 3? I mean, I know that was the general.
Yeah, you're not going to miss too much. Just start.
It's not really a continuous.
No, it doesn't.
There's some stuff. There's some callbacks from earlier seasons, but nothing.
Yeah, I think they don't even get too callbacky until the later seasons. So
just some characters and stuff.
Yeah. So
I'll jump at the 3rd season when I watch it. I'll see what I think. I just really didn't think you guys both love it.
I do.
From season 3 on, yeah.
Okay.
Although same with Simpsons, I would say the first 2 seasons aren't great either.
The first season's not that great. I thought the 2nd season it starts picking up right there.
The problem with the first couple seasons of Simpsons is the animation is so shitty that you can't even watch it.
Yeah.
Especially now looking back on it.
Either way, it goes from was it season 11? It falls off a cliff and has never come back.
10.
10.
No, 11. Yeah, 11.
Somewhere around there. I forget what season, but then I was trying to explain to someone at work who's 5 or 6 years younger than me how the Simpsons it after the season 10 there's 15 neat seasons that are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, she was saying how South Park was no longer that funny, and I was like, South Park has no longer been that funny since season 4.
I think I watched like the first 2 seasons of South Park.
It was funny at first. It's always been a show that like it's had more longevity than the other shows. Like it's been like there's more random funny episodes in later seasons versus Family Guy had 3 seasons and after that it sucked also.
South Park though does have the funniest thing that's ever been on TV in the history of the world, and that's the naggers, the Wheel of Fortune naggers.
Oh yeah.
That's the I can't. It's the funniest thing ever.
What's the
The dad is on Wheel.
The guy's on Wheel of Fortune, and he's in the final thing of Wheel of Fortune. And the thing is, people who annoy you, and it's N blank GG
okay
ERS.
Got it.
And he yells out what he thinks it is, and the crowd just goes silent. Yeah. He's like all excited when he says it too. He's like, I got it.
Yeah. And it just cuts to the screen where you just see it. It's people who annoy you, and everybody's thinking it.
Yeah.
And then it's naggers.
That's really funny. That's pretty funny.
Let's see. Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter. We forgot to ask for questions there for the 20th week in a row. So Facebook questions.
No, hang on. Have you ever asked for questions? I don't even go on the Twitter site anymore. Is there anything going on in the Brink of Sanity Twitter?
I started trolling this girl named Julia. Not much else. That's where the comment about the website came through.
Oh.
It's about it. Not too much going on. I don't post too much on there.
Way to keep the Twitter going. It's doing better than the Donald Trump Twitter.
Yeah, it's got like 237 followers.
Yeah.
67.
We could do more. We could do more with it. Like we actually couldn't do less with it. So
yeah. Andrew writes, have the valve caps eroded Mark's house yet?
No one's died yet, but maybe what I did find this morning, I always tell my kids not to eat in the living room, and my daughter dropped some pasta in the living room. We didn't discover it this morning, and it was covered in ants. That was wonderful. That was just really a wonderful way to start the day.
All these questions are from Andrew, so I'm just not going to say it before each question.
Can I ask a question? Growing up, I assume you both celebrated Christmas growing up?
Yep.
Yep.
Did you ever get jealous of Hanukkah?
No.
I didn't even know what Hanukkah was.
Yeah.
When did you learn what Hanukkah was? What do you think? What age?
Just now.
I mean, pretty early, but I mean, you guys have a candle and a dreidel. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah. So here's my thought. If the Jewish people will allow me to give them some advice, I'm Jewish. I want to give some advice to how to remarket our religion, because I think, in my mind, Hanukkah versus Christmas is not a good fight to take on.
Right.
You guys get Christmas. Christmas is pretty fucking awesome. You go around not the real Christmas, not what it really means. I mean, the stuff that you like, what's become the commercials of Christmas, where there's lights everywhere and the Santa and giant tree.
Not the Jesus stuff.
Not the Jesus. Who gives a shit about the Jesus stuff?
Right. Yeah.
But the commercial side of it is pretty. Even my kids, they see the lights all in the neighborhood. They're like, this is awesome. They want that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like as Jewish people, our most fun holiday, I guess, is Hanukkah, because we get gifts, which is pretty much just us copying Christmas. So we should pick a different holiday to put Hanukkah against. So instead of in my mind, we should change around the holidays. Our holiest day, where you fast, is Yom Kippur. I would put Yom Kippur versus Christmas. The idea being, you might as well put your shittiest holiday up against their best, because it's barely a win.
No, you should have Yom Kippur as the day before Thanksgiving.
No, yeah, that'd be good too. But
if you're gonna fast and you eat all the next day, it makes up for it.
But as Yom Kippur, you're fasting, just an average Wednesday in the Christian religion beats Yom Kippur, because it's just a shitty day.
How about don't have all your holidays be sad and depressing and shitty?
Well, that's my people.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. So anyway, I think we should
maybe don't control all the world banks and media, and then maybe you get a better holiday.
Hey guys, let's have a holiday. Oh yeah, that sounds great. Okay, we won't eat and we'll mope around.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the holiday part? We're gonna eat bagels at the end of it. Wonderful.
Hey, can we have flat unsalted bread for some of these things? Cool.
Could we have a New Year, but then a different time of the year when no one celebrates New Year's? Yeah.
Can we have our New Year a quarter into the New Year?
Could our New Year be some year that not a single Jewish person knows? Like, if you ask me what year it is in Judaism, it's like 57 something or other. I have no idea.
How is that possible? The Earth's only 6,000 years old.
Who the fuck knows? I have no idea. It's never been explained to me. I think it's something to do with the moon, but I don't know. I have no idea how they came up with the number. I don't even understand why it changes. The holidays, because we're on a different calendar, the holidays change dates every year. I don't even know how that works either. But there should be a pattern to it, and there's no pattern to it.
All I know is that there's like 30 holidays because my grad school was, I guess, a Jewish school, and we were closed every time there was a Jewish holiday. I went to school like twice in September.
Oh yeah, no, they really there's a lot of my kids my daughter's in a preschool at a temple, and I'm like, come on, this you can't even you're gonna take off on this holiday, they're milking it at some point.
But my professor's like, oh yeah, we got another holiday. Yeah, it's another crappy one where we just sit around and eat matzah and talk about our sorrows.
So we take the shittiest holiday. It's kind of like playing your beast. Like it'd be like the Knicks. The Knicks when we play Golden State, play your bench. Don't put your starters in. Don't worry it. Let Christmas blow out Yom Kippur, because then and the thing is, you could also, as a Yom Kippur, you can be like, hey, this is a religious holiday. Christmas, we can get up a high horse and be like, your holiday is not about presents. It's supposed to be about Christ. You're supposed to be about religious stuff. So we can kind of play it that way.
Be the guy you don't believe in? That guy?
Yeah. We can kind of be a dick about it. So we can that'll be our how we're gonna fight Christmas. And then
you out in your holiday for the guy we don't believe in.
Yeah. Then we take Hanukkah and we move that to Lent. Because Lent, that's the holiday where you guys pretend to give up chocolate. What is it? If the entire time you're pretending to give up chocolate, we're getting presents, you'd want a Hanukkah menorah also. You'd be like, oh, I wish I celebrated Hanukkah.
True. Lent is such a bullshit thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna emulate how Jesus suffered for us by not eating chocolate. Wow, you're a fucking hero.
It also is always something you'll hear someone talking about it, and they'll be like, I gave up chocolate, and you're like, hey fatso, how about you give up food? Yeah, so if we went against Lent, I feel like then Hanukkah, we'd have a victory over Lent, and you guys have your victory over Yom Kippur. I feel like we're breaking even now instead of getting slaughtered by the Christian religion.
Works for me.
Yeah. I don't know really what to do with Passover, but you guys also you guys hang out with a bunny who somehow gives you eggs. So I feel like Easter and Passover, you probably win on Easter, but it's not not a landslide.
I love how Christians are talking about a war on their religion, and it's like you turned your religion into fucking fat men in suits and bunnies. You're not really serious about your religion anyway.
Yeah, I'm if anyone's going to war against your religion, it's yourselves.
Yeah. Andrew writes, did Mark and his wife have any normal conversations this week?
Let's see. We discussed the library, the addition to the library, which I thought was insane. No, not really.
Renovating
she came in
your house?
The other day I was watching a Knicks game, and she walked into the room and said to me, are you watching this? And she's like, well, obviously you're watching this, but can you go downstairs and watch it elsewhere? I was like, okay, that's great.
How many floors is your mansion?
It's like 30. It's almost like a building. It went downstairs. She wanted to watch something in bed while she's going to sleep. She's like, no, I'm not going to sleep right away. So she's like, you can watch your Knicks game downstairs. And that's how it works for when you're married.
Go watch your little game downstairs.
Do either of your significant others watch basketball with you?
My girlfriend used to all the time, but she hates Carmelo so much that she doesn't really watch anymore.
Why does she hate Carmelo so much?
Probably because she was in love with Gallinari and he got traded for Carmelo, and she blames Melo for it.
And he's a douchebag.
And he's a douchebag.
Right. Does your soon-to-be wife, does she watch the Mets with you?
Sometimes. If I have it on, she'll watch it.
Okay.
Oh, Mark, I joined the 7-Line Army.
You did? Nice.
Yeah, I got a season ticket thing for them.
Oh, what do you?
You know what they are?
Yeah, it's the T-shirt company.
What?
they're a T-shirt company. The Mets. They're a T-shirt company that markets Mets stuff.
Yeah, but they have season tickets out in the outfield next to the Apple in those two sections.
Oh, there was like this is like it's not the T-shirts. You're like this is like a ticket plan.
Well, yeah, it's a. They have a T-shirt thing, but yeah, it was a ticket plan. It was a 14 game, and it's all good games. So I got tickets for 14 games next year.
Sweet. Can Jay and I go with you one game?
Yeah, maybe. I have to figure it out.
What? Brian, why are you cutting out? Jay,
I don't
do you hear
know.
this?
I was
Yeah.
wondering. I thought it was.
No,
Guys.
it's definitely.
Brian, are you calling in? Are you calling in on a rotary phone?
It sounds like you have a cord that's loose.
I'm on a landline. Sorry, I was kicking a bunch of cords. Maybe that's what happened.
Are you on a landline? Or I thought you were on Skype.
No, yeah, I am. No, I was making a joke about the landline.
Okay. I didn't know. Maybe I have a landline.
Andrew writes, "Will Jay use one of his rare
I have a
movie?
landline too.
Will Jay use one of his rare movie tokens and go see Rogue One at the cinema?"
What's a movie?
I'm going
token,
Saturday,
Jay?
9 in the morning.
I go
Morning.
to the movies once a year.
What's
So-
a movie token?
Well, he's just using that as the term. Like I go to the movies once a year. So will I exchange my once a year movie token to see Rogue One?
I'm going Saturday, 9 in the morning.
Why would you go at 9 in the morning?
Because it starts Thursday night. I have my stupid Christmas dinner for work Thursday night, and then I have something to do Friday night. And I was like, I'll just go Saturday morning.
But like Saturday morning, that's like you have to like wake up early on a Saturday to make sure you get to the theater to see a movie.
Yeah, but if you do that,
Mark, I haven't slept past 5 in the morning in like 6 years. So
You sure you don't have kids?
and if you do that, you go to the movies with like 3 other people, and it's awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know the movie theater was open at 9 a.m.
I didn't think it was either, but when I was looking at showings, it said 9 a.m. because I was going to go like at noon.
Yeah, because
I was
I,
like, fuck, I'll
I
just
kind
go.
of thought the first showing was at noon, like the whatever they call it.
I found
Yeah.
one theater that if you get there before noon, it's $10, which is like less than half price for New York City prices, and they have those like leather recliner seats. So
Yeah.
I saw.
It cost me $23 for 2 tickets for 9 in the morning. That's like one ticket a night.
Yeah,
Do you think the movie theater would let you bring a homeless man with you?
If
Like,
you
you're
paid
like-
for a ticket.
No. You're like, I'm gonna pay for his ticket. I'm gonna pay the what is it, $20 to go see a movie in New York City? I'll pay the $20. I'm gonna take this guy. Can I leave his like shopping cart here in the lobby, or I'll take the shopping cart into the movie, and like he smells, but he's. Are they gonna? Can they stop me from bringing a homeless man with me? Can they refuse service?
I don't know. Try it.
All I know is if Rogue One sucks, it's going to be the worst year ever.
I think it's going to be good. I already used my token on Sausage Party, but I might actually go to the movies twice this year.
It actually got.
Is that any good?
Yeah, it was good. Definitely worth seeing.
You know, Rogue One has like a 27% review on Rotten Tomatoes.
How? It's not even out yet.
That's what it says on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm looking right now.
It's all trolls. If you want, they cleaned it up. But the funniest trolling thing in the history of the internet was the IMDb board for Rogue One, because it was all about Bothans, which is technically from Return of the Jedi, but it was just like the whole board was just flooded with it.
That's technically hilarious. I actually just made that up. I just went there. There's no. You're right. There's no score yet.
Andrew
Yeah,
writes,
it's not out yet.
When's it coming out?
Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Oh yes, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Is your soon-to-be wife going with you?
No, she's not into Star Wars.
Oh.
She said first. I was like, I'm gonna get a ticket. Do you want one? She's like, no. Then I was like, all right, I'm getting a ticket. She's like, I want to go. And I'm like, do you know what it is? She's like, no. And I explained it to her. She goes, oh, I don't want to see that. And then she's like, well, how does that relate to Star Wars? And I'm like, you're a fucking moron. I just told you what it was.
Andrew writes,
So no, she's not going.
what happened to
Was she not going because you called her a fucking moron?
No. I'm sure that didn't help. But
Bri, your audio is
What's your-
killing
right?
me.
Right, your audio is horrible. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, why don't we have only a couple more questions anyway. So
What happened to the Brink website? There's nothing on it.
Jay, what's going on with your audio now?
No, that was Bri again.
Oh.
What happened? The Brink website, there's nothing on it. We switched over to GoDaddy, and the information is still with my old host, and they sent me instructions on how to fix it, and it didn't work. So now they want to charge me $100, and I just bought a CPA course for $3,400, so now I have no money. So Brink is in limbo until I get money again.
I can't believe you paid $3,400 for that. That's a lot of money.
Well, it's either that or not pass it. And if
Those who don't know, Jay got an online study guide for his CPA exam that cost $3,400. So now if he does not pass the CPA exams, he has really fucked himself.
Yes.
For like $500 more, you probably could have got somebody to take the test for you.
No, the process, they took fingerprints of me to sign in and out to take a piss.
Really?
Yes, they had a fingerprint scanner just to take a piss.
Wow.
It was impossible. I've never seen that. I mean, that made like TSA look like pussy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most intense. I had to pull my pockets inside out to get into the test because you're literally not allowed to bring anything into the test.
What do you think is harder, passing the CPA exam or becoming a video editor?
I'm starting to think CPA exam. Last week, Mark said he owns a Toyota Altima. However, Toyota don't make the Altima. Nissan does.
I have a Nissan Altima.
Okay, he said we need clarification on this.
I have an Altima. Whatever.
What do they want, your license plate number?
So I see Mark is as into cars as I am.
Yes. I could not give a shit about cars.
Has Mark driven himself insane this week trying to work out what deadly chemicals are in valve caps?
I haven't really looked into that since the show. I'm just figuring the caps are on there, so we're all gonna die. I haven't had the conversation with my wife about. I thought about bringing it up, but then I was like, I'm gonna bring it up, and then she's gonna be like, take the valve caps off, and I'm not gonna remember which caps I replaced. So I'm gonna take all 4 of them off, and I'm gonna have to go find valve caps that don't come with chemicals that are poisonous in California. So, Bri,
Yeah.
you were not on the show, I guess. Would you put valve caps on your car? You know what valve caps are, right?
No, what's a valve cap?
You're on your tire.
Oh, that thing? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a valve cap.
Okay.
Would you put valve caps on your car if the package of the valve caps said they might cause cancer?
Well, what are they going to cause cancer from? Like if I ate them?
I don't know. It didn't explain. It just had this crazy warning without any explanation.
I wouldn't give it too much.
It did also
I
didn't
wouldn't worry
say
about
it didn't say cause. It just said certain chemicals that are banned in California.
Oh, it's one of those things?
Yeah, which I don't know what the deal with California is.
Nah, I wouldn't. When I was in California, I saw that like on a bottle of water. It said like chemicals that make this bottle may cause cancer or whatever, because it's some hippie law or something. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I just didn't really want to have the conversation with my wife about it either. Where she's like, so I'm like, well, they were $2.
Just
She's
put them
like,
on.
oh, yeah, I put them on. I don't want to be like, I know she's gonna have the whole conversation with me about how ridiculous it is that I can't pay more than $2 to keep my kids from having cancer.
Is Mark's valve cap story becoming a Disney movie?
It should. I feel like
We need a hero, though.
Mark versus
It's more
the
like a
valve
Tim
cap.
Burton movie.
We're going to have the Good Samaritan that comes over with like a $6 bag of valve caps and replaces Mark's poisonous $2 bag.
Start a GoFundMe page.
In the end, my wife leaves me for someone that can afford real valve caps.
It was her plan all along.
We know Jay lives in Astoria, but what suburb does Mark live in?
Do I really want to talk about what's up? I live in Long Island. That's what I'm going to keep it at that.
You don't want to even narrow it down to what county?
The Big Island.
Nassau.
There you go, Nassau County.
There you go.
You guys grew up in Nassau or Suffolk?
I grew up in Suffolk.
I grew up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some reason I forgot you're from Connecticut.
Suffolk and Connecticut, I feel like, are fairly similar.
What's the difference between like growing up? What was the perception of Nassau versus Suffolk?
I like. There's a big rivalry over who has better breakfast sandwiches and bagels.
Wow, that's like a Civil War stuff.
What about better libraries?
Yeah,
but Suffolk is I mean, I feel like Nassau is a lot closer to like what Brooklyn and Queens is, where it's Suffolk's a lot more rural. So it's
Like farms.
actually when my parents bought the house, it was like all farmland around there, but now it's like, apartment complexes and stuff. But there's a lot less like I guess strip malls or tall buildings or like I don't know, trees.
Who has the better breakfast sandwich?
Suffolk, of course.
Okay. Who has the better bagels?
Suffolk.
Well, based on the bagels I've had in my town, it must be Suffolk. I am not going to say our town has great bagels.
Andrew writes, "Does Jay feature in Rogue One, and he's actually the one who steals the plans because he's walking so fast that none of the stormtroopers can catch him because he's just a blur?"
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Although, I'm assuming the guy dies at the end of Rogue One because
everybody has to die in Rogue One. That's the best part of it.
Yeah. Because the line in the original Star Wars is he died sending us these plans.
Yeah.
What if the entire movie is just a death scene?
Then it would be the greatest movie ever.
They steal the thing like right away, and then it's like an entire like them being tortured to death for like it's basically like torture porn.
It's like a snuff film.
Yeah.
It would be like just like the first Hostel movie.
Exactly. Which is a weird movie when you first watch that movie.
Sure is. That would be hilarious if they market it as a Star Wars movie and it's just a hostile torture movie. I would watch that.
Yeah, that'd be they're like, it's not quite for kids or really adults or anyone without a bizarre personality.
Do you think I'm weird for watching all 8 Saw movies?
There's 8 Saw movies?
8 Saw movies?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Holy any of them direct to video or are they all bet in theater?
All in theater.
What happens? Where does the plot change? I'm never gonna see these movies. I saw number 1. I see parts of like other ones. And I can see how they're like, kind of interesting, but what happens? Like where does it go?
The original guy dies in like the 3rd or 4th movie. The guy who like does all that stuff.
And then and the other people are copycats?
One person he trained. One person's a copycat. I think it was 3 other people that did the stuff.
Here's the one I want to see. I want to see the Saw movie where it's like the behind the scenes where they go into how the guy sets the shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Like him buying the warehouse. You're buying a warehouse? Yeah, I'm just buying a warehouse. What are you gonna do with the warehouse? Torture people? What? No. I'm gonna start a business. And like him like buying all this like crap and like, oh, I need something that will crush a human head if they get a question wrong. We don't do that's illegal. Oh, I said a human head. I meant a watermelon. Wouldn't that just him setting everything up and like him getting his hand stuck on the bear trap because like, oh god damn it. Just the hilarity of setting this thing up and like him going to the bank needing to like an extra loan. I want to refinance my house. What are you going to use the money for? Can't tell you. You said you have low cost home equity lines. I want to get a home equity line. I'm just building something. What are you building? It's a business. What kind of business? I'm going to find people who I think have done bad things and put them in a maze in which the end of it, they'll be tortured and murdered. Really? No. I'm making troll dogs.
No, it's just a corn maze.
Wouldn't that be the best Saw movie ever?
That would be a good in between parts like 2
It'd be
and
like
3.
a Rogue One version of Saw.
Yeah.
I just want to like every one of these movies. I want to see like I want to see a new Batman movie where the entire movie is like the Joker recruiting his henchmen. Like where do you get these
building
henchmen?
the Batcave?
Yeah, just like building the Batcave. Just the behind the scenes shit would be fucking amazing.
Joker talking to like one of his buddies. So you think like I should use like the red lipstick or like go purple or
some dude being like, I'm gonna drop out of school and be a henchman. Oh, what? I'm gonna be there's this guy here that dresses in makeup and he's gonna have me like go fight a bat and the bat's probably gonna kill me in the first 30 seconds of the movie. Is that really what you're gonna do it yourself? Yeah, it sounds like a great plan. I'm gonna either apply it to the Joker or there's a guy that walks like a penguin. I'm gonna apply it to him.
The Riddler's writing his first draft of all his riddles, and they're like super shitty and easy.
Yeah. What, dear Batman? When is a door
Batman
not a? When is a door not a door? When is a jar? God damn it!
You see Batman like at like the Ford plant with the Batmobile, like getting the oil changed, and rotating the tires.
So
Alfred's taking the Batmobile out, like, oh yeah, no.
okay. So here, I know you guys are supposed to be pretty good at Meineke. How can I make my car so it could like turn into a boat and then fly like a bat? Okay, you're saying this Meineke can't do it, others can, or no Meineke can do it?
The whole movie is just Bruce Wayne in a business boardroom meeting. It's like real time, and it's the full hour and a half boardroom meeting, and then the movie ends.
It's just him making business decisions about his it's just all about his actual business.
But there's like really intense music in the background.
And then he goes to Home Depot and he's like, I'm looking for a spotlight that could shine, light up the whole city. And I want to make my own logo.
I need
You have
to
like
go
a power supply for that, or
400 feet in the air. Yes. Andrew says, Mark, he knows you live near Guggenheim School.
Well, Andrew, how do you know that? I probably said that in the air.
He said because you mentioned
because
that
he researched public libraries that are redoing their children's department.
Yeah, my son goes to Guggenheim. That's the name of his school. Like,
He
I'm revealing too much for the one person listening to the show.
he googled libraries with 2 Amelia Bedelia books.
Libraries where the staff are kind of dicks. There you go. You found where I live.
Andrew writes, does Bry think that everyone at the beach with no shirt on is about to go to the toilet?
Well played. Well, if they're going to the water, yes.
For those that don't know, that Bry, apparently, I almost forgot this, he takes off his shirt before going to the bathroom.
You want to know what's funny? I was taking a shit like 2 hours ago, and I didn't have my shirt on, and I kind of was like, oh yeah, I remember talking about this on the podcast.
I can't believe you do this. The best part is that it's not that you take off your shirt. I mean, it's weird enough that you take off your shirt to take like the piss or a shit. It's that you have to take your shirt off before you leave your room and go to the bathroom. What do you do at work, Bri?
Oh, I don't shit at work.
Well, is it just shitting or is it pissing also?
No, it's just shitting.
I
mean, that would be fucking crazy, Mark. What do you?
I picture Bri at the urinal with his shirt off.
No.
His boss being like, Bri, why are you not wearing a shirt at the urinal? Why are you staring at my cock, boss?
Yeah.
Pee-wee's Playhouse, where they're just setting up all the toys that are gonna make all these noises later on. I need a chair that shouts. Sorry, what? Can you make me a chair that shouts? I need a clock that shouts at a specific word.
I basically need everything in my house to shout.
I need a chair that shouts. Why is everything shout? Well, what's it shouting at? I don't know what the word of the day is yet. The fuck are you talking about? Everything has to shout.
All right. I think that's a wrap.
What did we learn today?
We
learned that Bri, only when he takes a dump did he take off his shirt, because when he pisses, that'd be insane.
Yeah, I'm not a freak.
Yeah. But you don't take a dump at work?
I try not to.
Do you ever get the urge and you try to hold it in?
Oh yeah. I only go if it's an emergency.
In an emergency, will you take off your shirt?
No.
Okay.
See, I'd rather go at work.
What? Why? That looks like you're. I don't know what's weirder, trying not to go at work or being like, I want to go at work.
I don't know. There's something redeeming about getting paid to shit.
Ka-ching, plop. Ka-ching, plop.
Yeah. Andrew wants to know if Bri takes off his pants to eat food.
Andrew, that was an amazing question about the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That was my highlight of the show.
That was not only question of the week, that was probably question of the month.
Yeah. And it's no Steven today with questions. Sorry, Steven. Where are you at, Steven?
See, MVP of questions, ask questions.
I think also last episode, Eros whatever went off on you for not doing a show last week.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh.
I'm gonna read his comment as soon as he comes up here, and then we'll end the show.
Oh, I heard from the medium finally. She still wants to come back on.
Holy shit! When?
Whenever.
Okay, next week.
Next week. You tell us the day. I am so down for that.
I will see what her schedule looks like.
Oh, so one of Steven's fake accounts, Jason A. Lee, writes. First, he wrote, haha. They think I'm Rosario or Steven. They don't realize I'm Jason, Marc, Brian, Rosario, and Steven. Plot twist. Jason actually has multiple personality disorder and is in a mental institute where he talks to a cordless microphone that has not worked in years. What if we found out that Steven was really Jay? What if you had these fake accounts and you were writing all these questions, Jay?
Would that like really bug you out?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
And Jason A. Lee / Rosario writes, "Hey, you lazy fucks! Can we get this podcast going? Dame, I'm Steven and the other Spanish guy. You think I take a break? You think it's easy having multiple profiles? Do you know how hard it is to upkeep 17 different accounts? I did not think so. Make the damn podcast for Christmas spirit. Yeah."
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Okay, we can end the show now.
All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. And we'll do it again soon. Let us know about the medium, Bray.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm dying to have this meeting on. That's going to be amazing.
My love. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.